me. Can 4merical hear me?
No, they can't hear you.
Yeah,
The
really?
headsets that they're wearing right now, these are heavy-duty things.
Okay.
They're almost like chambers for just your ears. But I get where you're trying to come from here. Then they're probably going to go for something else.
And he is popular with it.
He is popular with it.
The respect here. I think it will work very well into the Baxia, into the Nether Realm, even kind of counters the Kaja to a certain extent. So if they're going to flex the Joy here, that's probably the hero they want.
I wonder why did they ban a jungler after what I said.
All right. I guarantee you they can't hear anything.
Okay. So actually, after seeing that, Fredren, I think that they are also doing the same thing. They think that, okay, so Joy might be a flex pick, and it might go to the XP lane. And what will be more annoying than a Joy with an Angela is a utility hero, someone who can take a lot of hits and yet survives, which is like some, as Sadafa said, a Kai, maybe a Fredren, maybe you can see something else that can take a lot of damage.
Well,
there's the Martis too.
What's it going to be? Are they going to play more early game orientated? I'm hearing a Yutsong pick voice line, but it's not confirmed just yet. Oh, and even another one. I'm guessing that's Claude.
I'm wondering if we're going to see Yahiko's Leslie that we were talking about earlier as well, right? Late game potential, if we do see like the Claude come out of Lotric, it would be a pretty good counter as well against all the squishy heroes. But I do wonder.
A quick prediction, or like a quick, not spoiler, but whenever I see that Angela is picked and the marksman is not yet there, I always expect to either see Earthel or Claude.
Irithel or a Claude?
Or a Claude, with the Angela.
With the Angela. I mean, those are the usual go-tos. High mobility marksmen that are able to close the distance super, super quick. And then after that, with the extra sustain, it becomes even better. For those of you who are not sure what the final couple of picks are, it's going to be Esmeralda and Claude for the side of 4merical. And topping it off for Falcon, it's going to be Yutsong as well as the Brody. So no switch around in the jungle, just pure lane dominance.
Oh. Actually, it's a really good pick, that Esmeralda. It counters so much because Team Falcons are relying on shield-wise heroes because Joy also have like its own passive. She can pop up some shields, and Angela will add some shields. So maybe they will taste a little bit of their own medicine.
Potentially. Let's see as we go into the Land of Dawn.
I'm liking the drafts here. Team Falcons have already taken flight in game number 1. Will 4merical Esports show us something magical as we enter the Land of Dawn for the second time this series?
It's going to be 4merical on the blue side up against Falcon on the red. Going to be an orange start for Lunatic Panda. Leo going to be starting on his purple buff. Lotric getting chunked out very early on. It looks like, at least for 4merical, they've been doing their homework a lot. They do recognize these pathways.
Well, for Team Falcons, I don't know if they are overconfident because I would like to look. It's not just about Team Falcons, but there's something I hate generally when I watch games. If you are overconfident and you get punished for it, I'm saying it inside my head. You deserve it. You deserve to lose.
And even the gold lane, we can see that Lotric is winning against Yahiko.
Yeah, he is having a rough time, despite actually chunking out Lotric very early on, level 1.
Well, there's a question here. Do you think that Team Falcons got under the skin of Team 4merical?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think especially after game 1 for Miracle, in their minds, I'm guessing like we are going to have to win game number 2.
But they did really great, so they shouldn't pull back that much. I think that they can do something, they can go for more aggressive approaches because they have a tanky hero in the jungle, they have that Baxia, and also they have a suppression hero, and not just that, they have the farmers to engage and disengage and create second opportunities.
I mean, they do, but I think they're going to be, considering that this is going to be Coach Amox, his overall philosophy, it's going to be about these objectives, right? You don't need to fight if there is no way to kind of capitalize on it, or better yet, find an opportunity to extend that lead. And I think right now, Team Falcons are doing that just a little bit better. And 4merical, they're just biding their time because technically they're not losing too much other than 1 or 2 jungle camps over to Lunatic's Panda.
Yeah, it's not the most ideal because when you have a Baxia jungle, you expect them to be the ones on the aggression, but having a Claude and Esmeralda side lane means that their overall map presence is going to be weaker early on. So it's kind of a weird synergy, but as long as they don't fall too behind, Leo jumping in onto Lunatic Panda. Gonna pop the electrifying beats. No casualties here. Interesting engage.
They back away, again, just stealing camps, because right now Team Falcons are not creating any leads in the side lanes. They're just going to let the bullies do their work and continue to kind of put Lunatic Panda in a more and more devastating situation. Because if Leo has a level lead on his opponent jungler, that means those retributions don't become a 50-50 anymore. It should be a guaranteed secure.
Well, I mentioned in the last game that we are creating new records here. Like anything that will happen will be a record because this is the first edition of Wildcard. So far, 4 minutes and 30 seconds in the game, there is no first bloods.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. It actually hasn't occurred just yet. But let's see. Might just change now.
Hybrid walking into the backline, doing some good damage. Black Dragon form popped by Hulk as well. Turtle dropping low. Hulk somehow secures it for Team Falcon. Here comes the Heart Guard on top of the Yuzong. It's a two-man petrifying knockdown. First blood is finally achieved. It's going to be the fair miss, and Lunatic Panda will follow in quick fashion. 2 kills secured for the Falcons.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. After everything and even a commitment with retribution. Wait, does Ayuko die here? Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead. Beautifully done by Lotric. Clock way too late to do anything about it.
Well, actually, when I just saw Super playing with Hulk, I can only remember some really good memories for Mena is that these two have been together since the beginning because they played for Occupy Thrones and they went to the M4 and again they played in the MPL Mena together in another under another team's name, and now they are here playing again on an international stage. So the amount of synergy these both have is quite a lot compared to a lot of, like, let's say 2 players together in Mina.
Okay. So if there was a 2v2 tournament, it's over for everybody else. Clearly, they have the better chemistry.
Yeah, they have a really good link together. So at some points, I don't think that they actually need to communicate.
Hybrid in trouble, walks into a brush with 4 members, but gonna pop that sprint, get out safely. Conceal used by Clock to try and return to the lane for some reason, but he's actually forced to use Flicker as well because the Team Falcons are still right there.
Man, that was definitely a... Do you want to shut down this tower? Yes? No. Are you sure?
Please?
He walks back in, and this is why you can definitely see that this is a younger region. Like, again, for Miracle, they don't want to let that tower go, but in some situations, you just have to.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to find solutions, whether it was like solo solutions or even team-related solutions. So figure out what's wrong, what's happening wrong inside your team, and try to fix it before it's too late. Because Team Falcons, if they made a second sweep here, it will be a one-sided game.
Yeah, but could be a very one-sided game, and even for Miracle, again, very, very passive this time around, right? Not really forcing it. They had an opportunity on top side when they had 3 members, as well as the Gacha ult. I mean, that Divine Judgment could have put down someone like Hulk. I mean, he's not incredibly strong. He's strong, but he's not overbearing.
Yeah, they're definitely respecting the network difference, but here comes the Heart Guard Black Dragon here. Maybe a little bit too early, because this is not an opportunity for Falcons to really engage on. So 4merical Esports, not going to take too much damage from that.
Well, his name is Hulk after all, so he can take a lot of damage.
We'll see. We'll see.
And he wears green.
He does wear green.
He's pretty incredible.
Yeah, he's also jacked. Like, he's 8 foot tall in real life. The tables and chairs, and thanks to Secret Lab, he looks even bigger than ever. But now, 66 seconds left on the clock. We're already seeing that tier 1s have started to collapse, and more importantly...
Leo! Forces out the Nether Realm. Xerox dropping load. His ult not gonna save him from the electrifying beats, as Falcons is now taking the fight to their opponents, not giving them the chance to play passive.
Dies with his flicker, and even with the ult, I think he was confident that his ult was going to get him out of there, but no, Team Falcons, they're really putting their foot on the gas.
Yeah, they are just taking turret after turret. They are just taking objective after objective, a kill after a kill, and that was that's actually the inevitable reading on the late game or not. But let's take a fast look, or like a quick look at on the itemization. So far 6.5k for the Brody, and he already have the items he needs to deal a lot of damage. He's almost around to get his third item, while the Claude is not even near that golden staff that he needs to deal a lot of damage, especially to the tanky heroes on the side of Team Falcons.
Here comes, oh wait, they get the initial pull and Black Shoes immediately out. Like, Team Falcons are taking absolutely everything away from 4merical, and we're not seeing much of a retaliation back, despite all the tools that they have at their disposal. And I think a lot of it is due to whether or not the Heart Guard has been used. I think that's what 4merical Esports is waiting for.
It feels a bit risky, though, to try and wait for that cooldown, because every single time, Falcons are just going to teeter it in front of their eyes here. Even Goodnight alone is already treading Lunatic Panda, forcing the Retry out way too early. Yahiko going for the split push, but the Hulk has spotted him out, and he is completely isolated. I don't think he's gonna get out of this one. He pops that sprint, pops back. Oh, beautiful BMI, torn apart memory, not enough to finish him off. Leo trying to chase him down. Yahiko, though, making the hero run. He may be able to escape. Where is his team? They gotta back him up. Actually, Hybrid buying some time. Yahiko gets out of that.
Yeah, it looks like Yahiko's family never left the Land of Dawn since game number 1. He's still split pushing, even on a marksman like he's supposed to. And honestly, gaining a good amount of space for his team to slow down Team Falcons from taking the initiative.
Yeah, actually, I think that Team Falcons at a certain point made it personal with Yahiko. They kept on chasing him down. Now he's not a hard like he's not a hard pick
Leo
to get
from the
out.
backline, NetherRealm, not gonna be enough. Good night, though. Actually, the one punished in exchange for Xerox. Mid for mid in exchange for the mid tier 2. Team Falcons looking to break down an inhibitor. They got the Lord pushing up top lane.
Wait.
This is gonna be a 4v4 situation. Black Dragon form comes out. Inhibitor dropping real low. Instantly taken down by Team Falcons. Will they choose to back off right now? Xerox gonna be coming back alive very soon, and the Lord has already been broken out. Leo, though, actually still diving. NetherRealm used perhaps a little bit early, and the Falcons will be satisfied with that.
Right. A moment for them to breathe. At the very least, we're seeing that 4merical is trying to use their abilities now, and very actively, at least for Clock, right? Finding that pick onto Goodnight, that's already a big +1. We need to see that more times, and we were hoping to see that more times in the earlier stages. But now that we're at this point, right? 6.7, it's not like it's impossible to win the game. It's just that recovering just takes one big fight, and it's got to be a good one. It's got to be like 4 kills, maybe even 5 kills.
Well, 4merical seems to me like they are running out of time because the odds doesn't look good towards them. But again, I'm gonna tell you, he does have his golden staff. He will deal a good amount of damage. But on the other hand, I think that there's a winter of nature that's gonna pop off for the Brody, so he will be already immune to it soon enough. But looking at the itemization of all the teams, what is interesting, okay, 2 roam again with the Lilia, so Goodnight, like, he loves to do that double roam thing alongside with the Swiss Super. And in the side of Team 4merical, again, they go with the basic and they go with the standard itemization. So anti-heal for the XP laner. Also, like, Esmeralda, of course, wants to spam her first and second skills. She keeps on building that shield up, and she keeps on annoying that backline heroes. So for Team 4merical so far, I think that they might do something, but they just need, I'm not going to say a miracle, but they need someone to step up and to take someone out. And especially in that case, I think they already have the solution, the Kaja.
They need to catch Leo off like they did before, but it looks like 4merical are not going to contest this upcoming Lord, and now they're just going to go to bounce side.
Yeah, but looks like Lunatic Panda is going to be the one caught out by himself. They'll slowly whittle the Baxia down, and 4merical, unfortunately, not even going to be able to trade a tower for his life.
What did they take in return again, Gideon?
Yeah, not much here. They didn't even get the tower, unfortunately. Ended up losing a pick of their own. It's not looking good right now as Team Falcons looking to close out in this game. A very similar position that we saw in game number 1, but hopefully this time it's going to be a quick shutdown.
Team Falcons are actually right now playing mind games. That recalls that are happening. Oh, what is that?
Flicker is the Divine Judgment, but the Black Shoes at the last minute. Goodnight denies 4merical's potentially final attempt. Black Dragon form catches out Clock, doing some damage, forces out the Nether Realm, but Leo actually gets caught out, dives too deep, and now the Blazing Duet is doing a lot of damage. Good Knight has been picked off, and Hybrid is zoning out the rest of Team Falcons. We're seeing a repeat of game 1. The Lord is gone, and 4merical are back at it.
Well, maybe, just maybe, it is bedtime for Team 4merical. If Good Knight wins, maybe they just ran out of time and it's Good Knight time.
They found Yahiko. Divine Judgment is way too late from Clock. He loses his gold laner. Here comes Hybrid from the back line. Instantly punished. Not going to be able to regen enough from that Heart Guard. Team Falcons instantly reversing things.
Oh, right now, I mean, they put a big target on Good Knight's head, and Team Falcon were not happy with it at all. With 2 members down, this might just be it. They continue to push forward, but with no minions, they have no way to crack down on this crystal.
Well, the base is wide open for Team Falcons to take. There's no inhibitor turret whatsoever. There's no turret anywhere on the grounds of Team 4merical, because right now they will struggle a little bit because they were already struggling since the early game, and they are playing super defensive, which actually makes sense because they don't have any advantage so far since the early game. They didn't use the picks. As I told you, they can make an aggressive gameplay in early game, and also they can use that Team Falcon might they have overconfidence, maybe? It might be the right term, but Team Falcon seems to punish Team 4merical for being so...
...with the help of the Heart Guard, but I think this can only happen a couple more times, right? 42k mark being hit by 4merical, which means that their carries generally are going to be full build. People on the side of, like, Yahiko, for an example, should probably already be completing his final item.
Well, Team Falcons will regret if they didn't finish soon enough. They will regret not finishing soon, because Team 4merical's team fight is actually terrifying. They can take whoever they want with that Kaja, and they can deal a huge amount of damage with that Blazing Duet that will come from the itemization. As you said, they will have enough farm for Yahiko to do damage.
Did they spot Lunatic Panda on the top side?
Yeah, now
they know now.
they did.
The Lord is dropping low, but I think they're in favor of Team Falcons, and they know it. That's why they're going to start rushing the Lord down pretty quickly and holding it there, taunting their opponents.
Oh, making sure that it's like at 40% HP. Very, very smart. Look at how big that bot wave is. They have to send somebody down. Oh, they unfortunately reset it now. And now they have to do it all over again.
But after seeing that Esmeralda's on the bot lane, maybe they will start a team fight. And actually, there is a team fight.
Yep, their eyes are on Lunatic Panda. They're looking for him. Electrifying Beats used kind of early here as Hulk actually going to get dodged out. Nether Realm Clock flickers out to safety. They get the shutdown onto Hulk. Yahiko going to punish them. Gets the double kill onto Leo. Lotric pops his Wind of Nature, forced the flicker. Even with the Heart Guard, the damage from Yahiko is starting to become a threat to Team Falcons. Good Knight threatening Hybrid, dropping him real low, but not enough to finish him off, as 4merical Esports are able to back off with 4 members alive.
So, about the rock, paper, scissors theory earlier, right? It feels like the opposite is kind of occurred.
A little bit.
It feels like 4merical Esports are playing like, you know, a flat piece of paper, right? Waiting for something to fall into it and then wrap it up as soon as it gets too close. And they might be able to rush it because Team Falcons just want to fight.
Lord dropping real low, Hybrid scouting out, keeping eyes on things. Lunatic Panda will secure the Lord. And Good Knight forced to use Black Shoes as well. The Blazing Duet starting to become a problem. Could this be the start of the comeback for 4merical?
That's what I was talking about early at the early game. Team Falcons, maybe they are overconfident, and maybe with that, like, recalls and saying like, yeah, we are here to take it all out. We will just like take a full sweep. That's when they get punished. When they don't like when they don't get the best out of it, when they are on the top, they will not be forgiven when they make a mistake, and the mistake have been already done and have been already committed, and Team Falcons will now deal with the consequences of this mistake, because right now Team 4merical has the chance to end this up and send Team Falcons to the 3rd game, and maybe it's Good Night for Good Night this game.
Oh, I can't wait for the post-game analysis just to see maybe the gold graph to get a good idea of when the taunt happened and how much money did they lose after. 4merical doing a great job. They've taken pretty much a good majority of the outer turrets on top as well as the mid lane while slowing down that bot side, because Hybrid, I mean, Esme, not exactly known for the greatest wave clear in the world.
but it's still going to be enough. This is the stage of the game which is scariest for the side of Team Falcons because you have a late game Claude and Esmeralda to deal with. Most importantly, 4merical have to actually make some macro play here. They have all the tools necessary, and if so, could definitely outperform Falcons even with the structural disadvantage. But they do find a Divine Judgment here. It's going to be a Winter Tornado onto Goodnight, keeping him alive, but not for long. They get the kill. NetherRealm comes out as well, but Leo, he finds Yahiko in the back line, and now 4merical Esports is falling apart. Team Falcons running them down. Hybrid trying to buy as much space as possible, but instantly bursted, and Xerox realizing I should not be here right now, flickering to safety. Only 2 members alive for 4merical. Falcons could end this.
Yeah, this is not exactly the best position to be in. I mean, Falcon, they found the right opportunity to actually capitalize on the aggression coming in from Clock. Again, this is his 3rd attempt trying to be aggressive.
Will he finish?
We're diving in. Lunatic Panda pops Immortality instantly. Leo destroying Xerox in the backline. That's a killing spree for the Joy. He knows that his job is done, but there's no minions. Xerox has actually respawned because the fan is passive. Is it going to be enough? NetherRealm popped out. They're working on the Crystal. Falcons has victory in their sights.